In the Thieves of El Dorado, explorers are able to conquer the island in teams of 2, even if the thieves aren't a player in the current game. After giving each team a player board at random, the 2 players on that team decide amongst themselves which explorer on each side of the board they'd like to be for that game. Give each team the standard pieces of their color, but also give them 2 additional villagers of their color from the new game pieces. Each team gets a total of 6 villagers, 7 for orange due to Hector's special ability. Each team chooses one of their 2 explorers to begin the game on the first El Dorado tile. During the first round of play, 1 player from each team rolls 2 golden dice and takes their turn. After each team's explorer has finished their first turn, all teammates enter the game simultaneously and place their explorers on the same tiles as their team's first explorer. When both of a team's explorers are in play and it's time to take a turn, both teammates roll 2 golden turn dice at the same time. Between these 4 shared dice, they decide amongst themselves which will be each of their gather and speed for this turn. They then proceed through the phases of their turn, gathering and exploring, at the same time. One player isn't allowed to start their explore phase until both have gathered. When gathering, each player is farming the tile their own explorer is on, and both players have shared access to tiles farmed by a villager adjacent to a farmhouse. Players do not have access to the resource that the other explorer is farming. They can show one another their resource cards at any time to strategize, but cannot exchange resources unless they're on the same or adjacent tiles. Let's go over an example of gathering as a team. In this situation, Hector is gathering food, and Nicholas is gathering gold. Hector can't gather the gold that Nicholas is gathering, and vice versa. In this situation, however, the orange team also has a farmhouse and villager gathering wood. So Hector can gather food or wood, and Nicholas can gather gold or wood. During a turn, players may amass as many resource cards in their hands as they like. However, each teammate must end their turn with 10 or less resource cards in their hand. Any extra cards must be spent or returned to the resource card stacks. When playing as a team, all forts, farmhouses, villagers, and offerings are shared by both players, can be used by both players, and affect both players. The costs of these items, however, cannot be split between the 2 explorers unless they're on the same or adjacent tiles and therefore able to share resources. If an explorer discovers a treasure or the cave shrine during team play, that explorer alone benefits from it. Treasures or the cave shrine can be passed between teammates during their explore phase if they're on the same or adjacent tiles, but the cursed treasure cannot be given away. When one player discovers and places an offering on an island shrine, it causes both explorers' strength to increase by 1. However, the cave shrine only gives its +2 strength bonus to the explorer who possesses it. A team of explorers wins the game when they have discovered and placed offerings on the 3 surface shrines and when one of them controls the cave shrine. For more information on the Thieves of El Dorado, check out the other videos in this series.